we're back, and now everything's cleaned, everything's ready and prepped. It's time to get to installing and getting this back in the forklift. And that is how you assemble the whole hub, bearings, and axle, and drives, and everything on this Clark. Got to try and get your preload as best as you can. There's no specs in my book, so I can't really set it to anything particular, but I got it pretty good. Only thing I have left to do is I've got to make sure this bleed screw works good. I got to drill and tap that, and drill and tap that for the cover to protect this. And then we are ready to reinstall on the other side of the forklift. All right, so we've had a bit of an issue. We got the two holes drilled, tapped, made some nice little bolts for it, ready to go. That wasn't the problem. The little bleeder was the issue. We were able to get the other one on the other side loose, had to heat it up a few times and tap it with a hammer, and it came out. Well, this one did not. It snapped off. So couldn't get the little brake line off on the other side, so that got all nice and twisted up. So I'm gonna have to get some new brake line for that. Probably a new end, and I've got to find some of these. So yeah, that's gonna be the task at hand right now before I can get this side wrapped up and back installed again, unfortunately. So let's see what we can do. Okay guys, here's what we got done so far. We got this master cylinder out for the brake pedal. We got this master cylinder out for the brake and inching pedal. They actually came out pretty easy. There's supposed to be 3 bolts holding it in. I don't know if you guys can see it. There's supposed to be one on top, one over on this side on top, and one on the bottom. I don't know if maybe it vibrated out, but the bottom one was not in on this side, and the bottom one on the other side also was not in. Maybe it's from when they had it worked on last, I don't know, but it wasn't in there. This side's done, all reinstalled. We got this side reinstalled. I know last time we were talking, I don't know if you can see it, there's a little bleeder right here that snapped off that we had to get drilled out. Well, parts store didn't have it in stock. Couldn't find it at any other places. I had to order a whole kit. So I ordered a case of them on Amazon. Big deal. I'll change that one when it comes in, and I'll change the other one just to make sure that everything's all nice and new again. I got to do This is the selector valve here that I have to do this flare, because I guess when I did it I didn't flare it tight enough or something. It bubbles just a little bit. So we're gonna redo that, and then that should be all set, because I can't find that selector valve. So I pulled it all apart, cleaned it, checked everything out, Scotch-Brighted the inside, cleaned it again, and put it back together, and everything seemed to work. So hoping for the best on that. The wheel cylinders, I was not able to find them or cross-reference them or anything like that. So I pulled them apart, cleaned them, polished them up, and rebuilt them, put them back together. But the master cylinders I was able to find. And for the C500, which is what I have, and I believe the C300s, they use the same cylinders. So if you guys are rebuilding it or looking for new ones, this is the casting number that's on mine, 29946-C. It doesn't come up in any of the computers. You got to try and find it, look it up online, cross-reference it. This is the new one. I had it in 2 days from Advanced Auto Parts. They were able to get it. My guys down there, they took care of me. I just have to take this off and put the banjo nut and banjo bolt and fitting back on there so that it offsets it to a 90, because there's no clearance to get the line to come in straight through the back. And the part number for this is right here, MCA 4360. So if you guys are rebuilding your forklift and you need master cylinders, that's the number you got to get from CarQuest, wherever, you know, whatever parts place you get stuff from. The only thing that's a little bit different is the plunger. This one's a little bit too long, so I'm not even going to bother changing it. I'm just going to clean up the ones that are in there and reuse that. Everything measured and spec'd out the same. Everything in here looked pretty good compared to the new ones. So I'm hoping that everything bolts right back in and we should be able to hammer that out. We might have to make some new brake lines. They're a little bit rusty on the banjo side of things. So hopefully that all goes together, and if that's what you guys need, then I'll throw a little video together of how you got to get it back in here, what you got to deal with. But pretty straightforward. Just make sure you soak everything in PB Blaster first so that all these bolts come out nice and easy. And we're going to see about getting this installed, getting this section wrapped up today. All right, here's where we're at. We got master cylinder for the brake pedal installed. Everything hooked up. We were able to get the old banjo on there. It was set up the same way. Got everything bled through here for the wheel cylinder. Got the lines hooked up. I had to redo that one line on the right. I wasn't able to get a good flare on it, so it was leaking on the selector valve. I was able to bleed that out. Got most of the fluid out of there. Bled this one. We got our bleeder screws in that came in today, so we were able to get those installed and everything. And we got this side changed out. Still left the cap off because I was just bleeding it a little bit. Gonna let it sit for the night. Got a new transmission filter set up on here, and that's gonna be it for today. We got a whole lot done. I'm hoping that tomorrow we can get the main cylinder back in here, get this off the ground, and maybe actually use this thing.